This video was made possible by the EA Creator Network. Hi guys, welcome back to another speed build in a Sims 4 and welcome to the new viewers. I'm Kikwe Builds, and for today's video we are building an elementary school in Sulani that I've called Sulani Elementary School. We're building this on a 50 by 50 lot in on the Admiral's Wreckage original lot. This is the lot where you had the shipwreck and this underground house on there. I think it's the only 50 by 50 lot that you can find in Sulani. And I'm building an elementary school thanks to the Adventure Awaits expansion pack that came out not long ago, and because this pack allows us to actually make any kind of getaway that you want for your Sims to go to. We have the presets, or the things that were preset in the game. We have those retreats, we have getaways, I mean not getaways but kids camps, and I don't remember. We have also bed and breakfast and everything, but I decided to actually make a school here so that you can send your kids Sims to school at the frequency that you want. Maybe you want to send them every day. I don't know if that works if you send them every day, because at one point the actual school will call you and tell you that your Sims need to be in school, but you can probably send them one day every other day. I mean, that's what I tried to do when I was playtesting this. But in the first part of this video I will show you this is actually the speed build where I am actually building all the exterior of the lot, but in the second part of the video I will show you what I did in the interior. I didn't record all the furnishing for the interior for the classrooms and everything, because this video would have been way too long. So I decided to show it to you in the lot tour at the end, but also at the same time show you a little bit of the gameplay, how you can play with this lot and everything, and all the setups that I did and I made to make it into a school. So really the gameplay for the school. So why an elementary school in Sulani? It is because as many of you may know or remember, I am from the Caribbean. So I am from the Caribbean island, a French island in the Caribbean that is called Guadeloupe. And in the Caribbean, or maybe in all the countries that are around the tropics, in the tropical weather, our schools are not built like in those cold countries. Like I used to live in Canada, I used to live in France as well. The schools are different. You have this like large building where you have hallways inside, and the classrooms are all inside and are connected through hallways. Everything is inside inside this big building. But in the Caribbean, the schools are open. It's pretty much looks like probably what you will find as an outdoor camp. Not really, because it's not the same kind of architecture, but everything is pretty much open. So to access the classroom are open on the exterior, which is logical because it's a warm weather all year round. We don't need to be locked. I mean, not locked, but we don't have to be inside a building when it's cold, because it's never that cold. We only have rainy days sometimes, so it's just yeah. So you have all the classrooms are open on the exterior. You have big patios, big areas where you can just stay under those kind of big patios with the roofs when you have rainy days probably. But yeah, So this is exactly what I tried to emulate here in this build. This is the reason why I've always wanted to build a school in Sulani. Ever since we got the high school years back, I wanted to build a high school in Sulani, but then when I realized that the actual high school in the game could only remain on this lot in Copperdale, because you cannot like transfer build any high school in anywhere in the world and just have your students go to school there. I don't know if that has changed over time, but I know at the time we couldn't. So I was so disappointed because I had the plan to actually build a school in Sulani, a high school in Sulani, but it wasn't possible. But now with this back, we can actually have schools and high schools and boarding schools in every different, if every world, whatever world that you want. So yeah, this is the reason why. When I say the rooms and the classrooms are open on the exterior, they are not open. Like the room that you're seeing here on the screen is completely open on the exterior, but for the classrooms, maybe the administration rooms, like the principal's office and things like that, you access them from the outside. The doors are open on the outside. That's what I'm trying to say. But here I did this kind of cafeteria that is completely open on the exterior because I really like the idea. But usually the no room will be open like that because of rainy days, and maybe sometimes we have tropical storms and hurricanes, and it's rare, but no room is completely open like that. You can find some schools, maybe probably kindergarten or some things like that, where they can put the kids under this kind of completely open room to eat in at lunchtime. But yeah, so this is what I decided to do with the cafeteria. It's kind of a big lunch room where you have the at the back of this room we will have the big kitchen where you will have the lunch lady and the staff preparing meals for the kids, and the kids will be sitting under this big room where I placed all the tables as well. As I told you a little bit earlier, I will be showing you the gameplay and how you can work with this and what presets you can put in your game, because I really don't know if when you download this build, I don't know if the presets that the settings that I put for this school to work, I don't know if you can download them with the settings. I have no idea. So I will show you what settings I put to play with this. So as you can see as well, I tried to make this school very colorful, because also the schools are kind of colorful. They try to make schools very colorful, lively for the kids as well, especially if they are kindergartens. They are very colorful. So this is what I tried also to show in this build. And I also, so as you can see, the roofs are colored. I used here the roofs from Eco Lifestyle, but at the end I came back and changed them for the roofs from For Rent, because they are also colored, but they also have those accent whites on the roofs edges. So yeah, you can see now that I'm doing the path, and I'm trying to make the path a little interesting. I really wanted to line up the path with those kind of fence that you can find. I think they come with oh, actually those paths are from the base game. I'm just watching on the screen. I was gonna say another pack, but they are from the base game. I love lining up my paths sometimes with this, and especially indoors, to separate two rooms. But yeah, I decided to make them with that, and also use those kind of round rooms, but really round foundation to make this path and this this playground a little more interesting, because I didn't want to have the sharp edges, and I really wanted to have those round edges, so I used those, and I tried to match as much as possible. I think I did match the color of the tiles on those platforms that you can see there with the paint, the terrain paint that we have. So on the path with those stones, we have this is actually the terrain paint, but I matched them with the tile paint, and also for the grass. So actually the grass, the terrain paint for the grass that matches the tile for the grass is actually from the outdoors retreat. Unfortunately, I don't think we have one in the base game that matches, but yeah, that's the only grass that matches. Yeah, so I also decided to place, of course, some activities in the exterior in this playground that are from the Adventure Awaits expansion pack. So as you can see, I placed this little playground with the slide and everything. Also, we have a little area where you have the insectarium or vivarium, I don't remember how they call it in game, where you can actually grow your caterpillars into wonderful and magnificent butterflies. And I also placed those picnic tables there as well. We also have the kayaks that I placed. Of course, we are in Sulani, so of course one activity for the kids will be kayaking. That is also something that we do as an activity, like in the sports activity in school. We do some kayaking as well. I love placing some bits and pieces of knowledge about how we live in the islands as well for you at some point. I don't know if that interests you, but anyway. So yeah, I placed also the swing set that you're seeing on screen is also from the Adventure Awaits, and try to place a lot of activities, outdoors activities for the kids. So I also placed the archery target, or the archery station, and there's also an observatory that I'm building right now. The little observatory is actually the telescopes that I placed on the high platforms with those stairs, and yeah, I think that's a nice little school. And I try to place so many activities for you kids to actually up their skills when they go there. We will have in the classrooms a lot of activities. We will have the science table, we have the activity tables. We will also have a classroom with music. As you could see, I placed those kind of signs that came with the businesses and hobbies, where I have one classroom that has the music note. This is actually for the music room, the music classroom, or the music class. There was also another one with the paintings. Anyway, I will show you all of this at the end of the video. What you're seeing right now is actually the administration's building, where we will have downstairs the principal's office, the front desk as well, and upstairs is actually a small library in this building. You also saw that I made a different building as well for the toilets, the public toilets for the kids, and yeah, it really is kind of realistic as it when it comes to schools that you can find in the Caribbean and tropical countries. Finishing the decoration or the landscaping by placing many flower bushes, many trees and things like that to kind of embellish the playground. Also, I kind of placed those hedges with those flower bushes, yellow bushes all around the school premises to be able to fence in the school, because our schools are very open on the exterior, but this is not particular to the Caribbean. This is particular to every French territory or France, really. The schools, this is something that I have noticed when I lived in Canada, is that the schools were actually open. You have the playground is completely open on the exterior. There is no fence, so anybody can just walk in the into the playground, or the kids can just go from the playground to the street like that. And I was so shocked when I was in Canada, because this is something you would never see in France. We will have everything is fenced in. You have a fence going all around the school, so the kids can stay on the premises. They can never, you have nobody that is exterior from the school can enter. You have to go through the gates, and yeah, so this is what I wanted to do also with Sulani, but I didn't, this Sulani elementary school, but I didn't want to place like a big fence, like with metal fence or anything. So I placed those flowers, so it's a little bit more aesthetic. I love it. And yeah, I'm placing here a playground for basketball playing and also ball playing as a whole. I placed those soccer balls, those basketballs, and also I think those football, American football balls that I placed also on the ground. I decided to, I was very indecisive on what kind of fence I would use for that, because as you have this big basketball basket, I don't know how you call it. Anyway, the big thing, like where you have the hoop. Yeah, the hoop. Because we have the hoop, you have to have something a little higher behind it, so the balls don't go everywhere on the lot. I mean, it wouldn't in The Sims because it's The Sims, but because for realism's sake, I had to place a higher fence behind the hoop. So yeah, and I decided to make the ground into something a little look like a synthetic floor, and it's pink, and I placed those hopscotch as well, and I think it's so cute and I love it. So yeah, I think we are almost at the end of this part of the video, which is the speed build. Not too sure what is left to make actually. But now we are finishing up the little landscaping around the kayaking station or area. Maybe I placed a path there, I think, to go at the back of the school and just to go to the pool, the swimming pool. Not the swimming pool, the sea. But what I realized also for the kayak is that they are here, but the kids cannot use them because it's like they're not theirs. I mean, so they cannot put them in their inventory and to be able to go to the sea and use them. So that's a bit of a shame. So what you would have to do is, if you have a kid living in Sulani and going to school in Sulani, they would have to have maybe a kayak in their inventory so that they can go to the beach. Anyway, but yeah, so here I just decided to change the shape of the playgrounds and the path, because I thought to have this central alley was a little bit boring. So, and also I wanted to extend a little bit the space of this playground area here. Decided also to change the external fences around the path. I decided to replace them by those hedges. They are actually fences that came with the base game. Also, now you're seeing me changing the roof cover for the foreign ones, and also some roof decorations like the little windows that goes on the roof. I can never remember their name in English. And also those roof decorations that I placed on the edges of the roof that adds a little more decoration for it. So now we are finished with part the speed build part of the video, and we are going to hop in game to move on to the lot tour, and also to talk a little bit about the gameplay, and of course show you everything that I did for the interior. So here we are in game. We are going to show you a little bit what I did with the interior, with the decorations, and also show you a little bit the settings that I placed for this school, and a little bit show you also a little bit how it works. Now you can see our students, our little students. We also have a little ghost students here as well. But I set up a uniform for them. As you can see, this is a uniform that came actually with adventure weights. I mean, it's not a uniform probably, but they are shorts and a shirt. They are individual, that you can place individually. I love these little shoes, trainer shoes. I don't remember if they come with adventure weight or if they came with a base game. Yeah, so we already have a student that is going to the telescopes, but yeah. So I'm going to show you around a little bit. So I'm gonna hop in build by mode just to change a little bit, change the lighting, make it the middle of the day. So when you enter here, I placed this gate that came with adventure weight. So I think it was originally for the kids camp, and I decided to hang those little flowers here. Those flowers don't actually come with the gate, they are from Seasons, and I decided to hang them there because they look cheerful and they look like a little school. We also have a sign here, but I think this sign is I don't remember what pack, but we also have a sign on there. And as you could see, everything you have already seen everything that we had on the exterior here for the landscaping. So we're moving on to the interior. You have the cafeteria, where I changed the colors of the chairs. In the speed build, you saw all the chairs and the tables have a different color, but here we have different colors. I placed some decorations on the wall, also a station for the waitress that comes with the dine out. But here, this is not for a waitress, it's actually for the staff, but the staff really don't use them because this is not a restaurant, but it's for realism's sake. I also placed the chef station also here for the kitchen. So we have they already have put some mess in the kitchen, but anyway. So we have the chef station, so that's where the food is actually being prepared, and all the counters that I place here are actually from, I think they are from a courier, the culinary courier, when you can win them from a courier or something like that. Anyway, for an advancement in a courier. So nothing much going on here. It's a typical school kitchen with also, I love this item from Dine Out. So you can see that I've also placed this tree house here that is under construction. I had two adult Sims on the lot, so I decided to ask them to build this tree house because I don't think kids can build tree houses. I think they can't. Yeah, so you saw the playground already. This is the main building with all the classrooms, different classrooms. We're going to check the small buildings first. So here you had the toilets, and in the toilets we had the girls and the boys toilets, but it's not really the girls and the boys because there is no actual door that differentiates between the two, so it could be mixed toilets. Now we have the administration building, and this is where you can find the principal's office. So we have the principal's office, two little chairs in front of the desk for the parents when they come, or for the kids when they misbehave probably. Placed this is your typical principal's office with a big a big bookshelf, and of course we have the front desk. I love this little front desk area where you can have the assistant to their principal, who is there, who welcomes the parents and the students, and she has a little phone, a computer. Everything is very old in the school. A little oldie phone and old computer as well. We obviously have some kids decorations because we are in a school. The principal also has some drawings from the kids. Then you can go upstairs, and actually upstairs is the small library for the school. It's very, very small, but this is where the kids can go and check out books. But they also have books in their classrooms, obviously. Yeah, so I think that's it for the small buildings. And now we're moving on to the big building where you have the classroom. So first of all, downstairs I placed 2 classrooms with oh yeah, so first you saw this is actually the first kind of decoration that I placed. I actually really love this. This is where your kids can hang their bags and place their rubber boots outside when there are rainy days and things like that, and maybe their coats when it's raining, because of course in Sulani it's never cold. I don't think it's cold in Sulani. Anyway, so this is our first classroom. This is a normal classroom where your kids can actually do their homeworks probably. And I also placed this little crafty thing that came with adventure weights. It's called the DIY Delight Paper Crafting Kit. So they actually can make paper crafts. I haven't really used it yet. I gave them a small reading nook here that is so cute with this decal from Growing Together. We have a lot of books, a little bookshelf here, and yeah, your typical classroom with a lot of decorations and those things that we can hang that are called vertically gifted wall hanging, and they are actually the little flowers that you saw at the gate of the school as well. So I decided in every classroom I decided to hang some decorations, because kids usually make a lot of decorations during the school year, and they can decorate their classroom with them. This little thingy here that I like as well, and they all also have a bookshelf in this nook here, and we have the teacher's desk that is actually from high school years. I also place, of course, we have a whiteboard here. This whiteboard is from Businesses and Hobbies, but unfortunately, and that's something that I think is very it's a shame that we cannot make our teachers teach things on those whiteboards. We don't have the option in the settings, and that's such a shame. But I will show you the settings in a minute. The next room is actually a science room. Usually you would have many classes, okay? Usually I would have made many classrooms that are your typical classrooms, and then make one special room for each, like a science room, a music room, an arts and craft room, but we would have many normal rooms. But here, because we are in in The Sims, so we don't actually need that many classes. We need just one of them, and so we have one, because you will see that you can have up to 6 students on a lot, so we don't need so many classrooms. So I made a science class here where you have those little science table, experiment table, I don't remember how they call them. How is it called? Science set. Anyway, that's the science table. And I also decided to give them some desk here, and of course the decorations that I placed on the wall are all sciencey. We have a little rocket here, those decals from growing together, a prism with the plumb bob. We also have the periodic table, and I tried to place those things that go with science and craft a little bit with this robot head as well here. And as usual, we have our desk and our area here for the teacher. Then you will have here, you can see that I placed I don't know actually how you call this in English, so I would say a music note. uh, so this is just to announce that you have here the music room, and this is the music room. So I decided to place the instrument that the kids can play, because we have here a school, it's an elementary school, so you don't have teenagers, of course. So it's a kids school, so kids can play the little violin that I place here, and they also can play the keyboard. So I placed 2 keyboards. Of course, the theme for all the decorations that I try to place in every room is the theme has to go with the classroom. So here you have all the decorations, wall decoration themed with instruments. Still, we have those little decorations on the walls, on the windows. The guitar that I place here is actually for the teacher. It's not for the kids, because the kids can play guitar, although your teachers in The Sims will not be able to play the guitar anyway. But yeah, and our normal teacher area with the whiteboard. And the last classroom will be the arts and craft classroom. Oh, I love it, it's so cute. So I placed all those small activity tables here. I still placed 2 normal desks, and this is something that I didn't say. Those desks are actually from the Adventure Awaits expansion pack. So I obviously placed the arts and craft paper crafting thing station on those desks, and what I placed on the walls are all things that look like the kids have made actually in those art classes. Like, I love this little heart thing. I don't know where it's from, but I decided to place it because it looks really like something the kids could have done in this classroom. And of course, a lot of things, like you can have, probably you have here the paint and the brushes and things that kids can use for all their crafts, arts and crafts, all the material and all the items they can use. So yeah, I think that's it for the classrooms. So now I'm going to show you how I scheduled everything. So the schedule preset for the school, what settings you have to make. Mind you, probably when I will be uploading this on in the gallery, everything will still, you will be able to have this preset that I call the Sulani Elementary School. Probably it will be attached to the build on the gallery, but probably not. I have no idea yet. I took out my I removed my reshade. As you can see, we have the reshade here, and I removed it so that you can read it better on the screen. So I called it the Sulani Elementary School schedule. The roles, I have a teacher role. I don't know if this role was actually a preset from the game, or I think it was a preset actually in the game. But yeah, I kept it, the teacher, so they can actually care and mentor children and care and mentor infants and toddlers, but we really don't need infants and toddlers because it's an elementary school. Sulani students, so I could have kept students. I don't remember if they have a preset for students. Let me check. So all the role libraries are here, and you have to check what was a preset in the role library. So I'm going to check if we had a role that is called student, but it's probably me who have done it. I think, yeah, we didn't have a student role that came with the game. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, so I called it Sulani student because you could have different kind of student. Because why I called it a Sulani student, it's because the out of the outfit that I preset for them. So the little outfit that they can wear. Mind you, if you are in another world, if you have a school in another world, or if I build something with another in another world with a different school, I wouldn't give them this Sulani student preset because they have this kind of out outfit for school that is really not for cold weather or whatever. Um, yeah, so we have the school director as well. The school director, they can be friendly and they can also care and mentor for children. And we have the staff that can serve meals, cook meal service, and also they can clean. For the students, they can build child skills, they can do arts and music, and they can be friendly, of course, with their friends. Yeah, child skills. All right, so what I did is that I preset the scheduler, and this is at 8 a.m. This is the time where they can build mental skills. So I placed the use the science table, build mental skill, and do homework. So I expect them to be in the classrooms and do all of that during the time between 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. Yeah. We also have the teachers that can care and mentor the children during that time. So I expect them to be in the classrooms with the kids. I also decided to place the staff also at this time for them to prepare the meals and serve the meals before the kids actually come to the cafeteria, because if you preset them to do it at the same time that they eat, the food is not ready yet when they are hungry and they want to go. So the staff is preparing the meal. Then at 11, it's eating time, it's lunchtime. So the kids can eat, they can also play on the playground equipment, and they can be friendly as well, so interact with their peers. The teachers also can go eat. The director can be friendly and mentor and talk to the kids anyway and everybody, and they can go eat as well. And the staff can still serve meal and also clean. At 2 p.m., so this is something that you need to understand, is that when you set up a time slot, because those are different time slots, you have 3 hours. 3 hours for this time slot. This is minimum amount of time that they can use this time slot. I mean, if you want to place a second activity after the 8 a.m. time slot, it has to be at 11 a.m. It couldn't be at 10. It can be at 11 or any time after 11, but it cannot be at 10 a.m. This is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, so where were we? So 2 p.m. They go back to class, but this is the creative classes at this moment. So we have the activity tables, we have the instruments, and we also have the arts and music. So arts, I expect them to use my music classroom and also the arts and craft classroom. We're still the teacher on the premises that teach the kids, and no staff, we don't need them anymore. No director, school director or school principal. And then at 5 p.m., so I scheduled something for 5 p.m. But really, when I set up a getaway for the kids to go to the school, it's from actually 8 to 5. So usually when they go, they can come back home at 5. But I just for the sake of it, decided to keep to place a schedule at 5 p.m. so where they can enjoy the outdoors and also build child skills. Okay, well, they can stay on the premises and do whatever. The teachers are still there, and yeah. So this is all for the presets and everything. So I'm just going to show you a little bit what is happening, and hopefully now it is, what time is it? Now it is 9 a.m. So they are supposed to be building mental skills. So let's see where those kids are going. Hopefully it works. I don't know where they are going. Anyway, so let's see. Oh, we actually have some of them are going to the telescope. I think with the telescope they can actually build mental skills. Not too sure. I think so, but the observatory works, of course. What is our kid doing? Where is she? She's in the bushes doing nothing anyway, but she's still building mental skills, so that's good. We also have students here in the science class and doing science. This is something that I really love. So it works perfectly. I love this. I love this kind of gameplay with schedules and things like that for the kids and for everybody. My next build, mind you, will be a retreat center. So I hope to be able to bring this to you soon as well. So yeah, that's it for our little school, Sulani school. We here have a teacher that came in the bedroom, in the classroom, so this is perfect. So it works perfectly, and our little sim here is also going to the classroom to do science. So everything works perfectly. In the afternoon, they will be going to these two rooms here to build their creative skills. And yeah, I think we are going to stop here for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed this little video, and hope to see you next time from next video, guys. Don't forget to give it a little thumbs up if you liked it, and if you want to see more in the future, you can subscribe to the channel, and hope to see you next time from our next video. And in the meantime, take care.